Hello fight fans, you are on the Genial MMA channel. In this video we will tell you how Charles OliveIra surprised everyone. Do you remember that he wanted to fight Conor and categorically did not want to fight Makhachev? And today he says quite the opposite. He changed his mind about a confrontation against McGregor and he is now ready to fight Islam Makhachev. So why did he decide that? What is the reason? Let's find out. But as we move on to the main topic, first I will tell you what happened yesterday at UFC 276. Why were the fans so unhappy? I'll tell you how Max Holloway was hospitalized after losing to Volkanovski, and we will show you why Chandler and Dustin Poirier almost got into a fight. So I advise you to watch until the end. I'll say right away that this is not clickbait. So let's get started. The main middleweight title fight between Israel Adesanya and Cannonier ended, as expected, in a decision in a fairly boring fight. The champion pissed off the fans with his way of fighting, and during the fight, fans left the arena en masse. How is it possible to bring the fans to the point that they massively began to leave the T-Mobile Arena? The fans have been waiting for this fight for several months, but apparently Adesanya is not very interested in the opinion of the fans. He does not want to take any special risk in the last fights and acts according to the principle, you are a contender, you act and prove that you are better than me. And on the contrary, if you expected that even the contender would rush headlong into the attack and try to win this fight, well, you would be disappointed. Jared is more powerful, but the champion in general uses his long arms and legs, plus incredible caution skills, to his advantage, which mostly results in extremely boring fights. Okay, I agree that the champion is amazing. He had an amazing performance. In his hands, he held a vessel for ashes, and apparently it was intended for Cannonier. Yes, it is impressive, but you must admit that people expected more. Even Bruce Buffer failed to draw vitality out of the fighters. If you've noticed, somehow he uncharacteristically, sluggishly declared Israel the champion. Also, look at the VIP area. How many famous fighters came to watch this fight? Shevchenko, Kamaru Usman, Holly Holm, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, and many more. They didn't let Chandler in after he almost got into a fight with Poirier. They recently had a conflict, due to the fact that Chandler said that Dustin is uninteresting and lacks authority. I don't think this happened just from nowhere. I feel that they are starting to warm up for their fight, which would be interesting to watch. So in general, no matter how regrettable it may sound, Adesanya has become one of the most boring and uninteresting fighters. I don't know about you, but I personally don't really look forward to his fights anymore. With the main event for the third time for the belt in the featherweight division, Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski fought. And if the first two fights it was really close, then in the third fight, Alex put everything in its place and showed who is who. For 5 rounds, Volkanovski was many times faster than Max, but in general they showed a good performance. But I must admit that Max's time is passing. Even though he's still young, he's not progressing at all. Alex has taken it to the next level. As I already said, Max Holloway has been hospitalized after losing his UFC 276 featherweight title fight to the Australian Alex Volkanovski and was unable to take part in the post-tournament press conference. This is reported by the correspondent of MMA Fighting. Now we hope that everything will be fine with him and he will return to duty soon. So now let's move on to the main topic, which you will be interested in. As you already know, Oliveira and his team have been constantly changing their plans for 2 months. Initially, Oliveira seemed to be ready to fight against Makhachev, but then he was categorically against this fight. Recently, Oliveira called out Conor McGregor, but Conor didn't give him any answers at all. Oliveira also constantly said that Makhachev didn't deserve a title fight at all, and he wasn't going to fight him until Makhachev fought someone from the top 5. Well, today, Oliveira personally stated that he was ready to fight Makhachev, because he hopes that he will win Makhachev and this will force Khabib to return to the octagon. This is not clickbait. These are real words of Charles OliveIra. He constantly changed his mind, and then he was ready to fight against Makhachev. Then he was not ready. Then he said, listen, I'll beat him. I will beat Islam Makhachev. The lightweight problem name is Charles OliveIra. Forget Conor McGregor, let's arrange it. Charles OliveIra against Islam Makhachev in Brazil. I will beat him, and then who knows, maybe if I knock out Islam, Khabib will resume his career to fight me and avenge his friend. I will beat Islam and call out Khabib after the fight, Oliveira said. Now, yes, these were rumors. As you remember, Khabib's and Islam's best friend Daniel Cormier started this conversation. And I think that's why Oliveira clings to this hope that if he defeats Islam and if he knocks him out, as is the case, there is a big chance that Khabib will return, and then there's a possibility that Khabib Nurmagomedov will return to the octagon and try to avenge his friend. So who do you think will win, Islam Makhachev or Charles Oliveira? And guys, right now, go down in the comments and write your prediction for this fight. That is all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel because it does help the channel grow. Thank you for watching.